everyone. I'm Captain James Sanchez for the Center for Sportfish Science and Conservation Lab at the Hart Research Institute of Gulf of Mexico Studies. Just caught this redfish right here, okay? Really pretty one, not the biggest, but it doesn't matter. Very beautiful fish. And it swallowed the hook pretty good, okay? So she's throwing a soft plastic right now. And so one of the keys I wanted to tell people, as far as the easiest way to handle this fish, like she said, she has it on the boat grip right now. And one of the things too is that you don't want to lift these fish out of the water for too long. Think about you going underwater. You probably can only hold your breath for maybe the most a minute for most people. Okay, and so think about that when you're lifting these fish out of the water. Grab them and try to keep them underwater. Use a pair of pliers, either, if it's deeply hooked like that, you can either, cut it off like that. If it's down, in the esophagus or even the throat, it's going to improve the chances of it surviving, or, just remove it like that, with your hand or your pliers like that and let it go. And again, when you lift that fish out of the water, don't hold it vertical, because you can actually damage the spinal cord. Actually, almost can even separate sometimes, especially on very large fish, because it's a lot of weight. And then, secondly, if they're living in a zero gravity environment in the water, and once you pull them out, gravity takes a hold and all those organs just come crashing down, and it can damage them. And that fish may take off, fairly well when you let it go, but you'll have that delayed mortality occur, a day or even 2 days later. Another way you could do it too, what I like to do is that, we'll hold them in the water like this, support underneath their, their fins like that, their pelvic fins, and then again support the stomach and lift them up out of the water like that too. And it makes for some great shots with the water dripping off. If you have a fish that is, say having a hard time recovering, okay, take the time, take the extra time, and it will be worth it to hold that fish, in the water like that, okay? Always make sure that you face that fish into the current. Remember, the water has to pass through the mouth, into the gills, and gets expelled out like that. And if you start pulling it back and forth, that's a no-no. You're basically drowning that fish when you pull it back and forth. That's not how those gills are designed to work. And plus, too, if you have sediment around, it kind of floods the gill lamellae with sediment, which can harm that fish too as well. Now, final point to add to this is in terms of handling from the boat. If you're going to use a net, I recommend using not like a nylon net, like the mesh ones, like the old school ones. Use a lot of the newer versions. There's various brands out there that offer them. It doesn't take a lot of slime off the fish's coat like that. And if you're going to release the fish, just leave it. You don't have to pick it up and put it on the deck of the boat. It's extremely hot. You go out there and put your wet feet on the deck of a boat. It's very hot during the daytime here in the summertime. That fish, you put that on there without even wetting the deck down at least, is going to take slime off that fish like that and harm it, okay? And it can develop infections, things like that. So again, if you're going to do that, just keep the fish in the net, unhook it, and let it go. And if you want a picture, make sure again the cameraman is ready. Whether you're waiting or in the boat like that, keep your hands wet, use it with the bugger, or grab it, underneath like that, take a picture, and then you can let it go by reviving it, into the current. Hope these tips, have helped you out, and help you become, a better steward of the resources. If you choose to release these fish, these tips will, be beneficial for them. And in addition to that, if you have any other questions about this, please contact us here at the Sportfish Center, or you can check out releasesense.org or even the Sportfish Center for literature that we have on previous studies we've done on live release with both inshore, offshore, and also sharks. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed and have a great day.